Coming up on WAFB News at 6.
What does pollution, Louisiana, and Hollywood have in common? I'm Dan Fagan. That story's just ahead.
It's not the image the Louisiana Film Commission was hoping for. Producers of a CBS movie being shot here in South Louisiana have partially halted production. The reason, they say, pollution in one of our state's lakes. WAFB's Dan Fagan reports.
Are the waters near Spanish Lake clean? Well, if you ask Bobby Demerol, you'll get a resounding yes. Demerol has been fishing on these waters for 30 years. But just a few miles away, you get a different story. You're looking at unfiltered sewer water being dumped directly into waters leading to Spanish Lake. According to DEQ, the sewer water comes from Hunt Correctional Facility. They say the sewage has flowed for years. It's getting extra attention now that just more than the environment is involved. Getting CBS to make their movie here at Spanish Lake in South Louisiana was no easy task. Lieutenant Governor Kathleen Blanco and the Louisiana Film Commission worked very hard to get the movie industry here in South Louisiana, making this problem more than just an environmental concern. They made a big deal of the CBS movie coming to Baton Rouge a couple of weeks ago. The Lieutenant Governor herself was on hand as they acted out part of the movie. So when CBS announced it was cutting back on part of the production because of unclean water, well, it's not exactly the boost Louisiana's tourism industry was hoping for. Movie crews were going to shoot some of the scenes at Frank Bonifay's bait shop, but not anymore.
Is a vital industry, the tourist industry, and as well as the movie industry. And this is what Louisiana needs today, is the reflection of the beauty.
Bonifay says the water quality is better now thanks to recent rain. He says DEQ is now aware of the problem and plans an emergency fix sometime next week. The problem of water quality near Spanish Lake apparently has got a lot bigger and more important, now that it affects more than just Bobby Demerol and his weekend fishing trip. Dan Fagan, WAFB News.
CBS made-for-TV movie will continue to shoot in South Louisiana, but they're cutting back production involving some of the actors getting...
We can't say the same for our water. A recent test of Spanish Lake came back positive for sewage pollution. The mucky mess puts the brakes on an area movie shoot. Welcome to Alligator Bayou. Locals love its quiet beauty, but don't get in the water. This was supposed to be the site for scenes in an upcoming television movie. But when the director found out water tests showed sewage-related bacteria, he moved the scenes, saying his actors aren't getting in dirty water. Sewage from 2 state prisons goes into a canal that leads here. Locals want the state to clean it all up.
What do I tell the sportsmen? What do I tell the canoers? What are these questions? I need some resolution, and I'm sure that the departments will support us on this.
The state did earmark money to improve the prison sewage treatment centers, but the dollars don't kick in until January. Bonifay says he hopes the state starts cleaning up right away.
A local lake apparently has fallen victim to sewage pollution.
And now the push is on to get rid of the gunk. Spanish Lake is popular with sportsmen. It's also a dumping ground for sewage-related bacteria. But as Jennifer Hunt reports, cleanup efforts are underway.
Well, they come out here to see the site, see the trees, the birds, alligators.
Welcome to Spanish Lake. The scenery recently attracted a movie crew, but one test of the water sent them running. Locals call this area Bayou Poo-Poo.
I fished here, but I've never eaten them. Just a little leery of, what's in them.
Mike and Cameron Koenig agree. Sure, it's fun to fish, just make sure you throw them back.
That's correct. Now, as far as we can tell, it is coming in from here.
And that area is home to 2 state prisons. The problem, a sewage treatment facility that doesn't do the job, spilling high levels of sewage bacteria into Spanish Lake.
Sewage treatment starts here in the oxidation ponds. Now, interim measures are in the works to upgrade those treatments, but the full fix won't take effect until January.
Temporary fixes include more chlorination and aeration treatments, but they won't completely fix the water levels.
They're not going to meet the requirements, obviously, but we bring them down in the interim.
Warden Lensing adds Department of Environmental Quality workers and the 2 prisons want a fix in place as soon as possible. Come January, the money's in place to overhaul the treatment center. But until then, Spanish Lake suffers.
I'll keep coming out here, but I won't go swimming in it.
Cleanup costs add up to $1.3 million. Jennifer Hunt, Channel 2 News.
DEQ workers are monitoring the water around Spanish Lake on a day-by-day basis.